I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? How you doing? Oh my gosh, yes, I have someone from the other side of the world, I think it is. I don't know, but we're going to find out in a second. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Okay, so I got contacted by a podcaster, someone like, in the same field as I am. And I'm like, yeah, she's like, well, why don't we trade off? Why don't we do interviews with each other? I'm like, yes, that sounds amazing. So here we are. We're doing that right now. I want to welcome her to the show. Please tell everybody what your name is, what your podcast is, and what it's about, please.
Hello, everyone. I am Karina Kantas. I am from the UK, as you can tell from my accent, but I live on the island of Corfu in Greece. So yes, it is halfway around the world. My podcast is Behind the Pen. It is a YouTube show and an audio podcast. It is for anyone that holds a pen. So you could be an artist, illustrator, editor, writer, author, tattooist, anyone who holds a pen. Yes, including one of those pens. So what I do is that I just chat with, I don't know nothing about the guests at all, except for a name and that they hold a pen. And while I'm chatting, my audience get to learn who the person is behind the pen, their journey to where they've got to and where they're planning on getting to.
Wow, I love that. So, I mean, people are aspiring, especially now, to write memoirs, to do all kinds of different business things and sketching and this and that. And that's all to do with a pen, and it behind the pen is the person. I believe the ideas. Oh my gosh, that is such a broad topic. How did you come up with that? I mean, why behind the pen?
Well, first of all, I'm a radio host with Author Assist on the Artist First Radio Network. That's been nearly 5 years now. And I feel it's more intimate when you do a face-to-face meeting with someone. And it's not scripted, whereas the radio one, of course, has to be scripted. I need to research my guests. I need to know about them and their books. And so Behind the Pen started off with just authors. And I thought, well, it's not just authors that use a pen. Right. So my next guest was an editor. My next guest was an artist. And so it then became Behind the Pen, a journey, an artist journey with your host, Karina Kantas. And since then, I've had magazine editors, I've had actors, I've had film directors on. I've had the debut authors, I've had best-selling authors, and the list just goes on. And it is I've had rappers, I've had a rock band from India. Wow. Yeah, the list goes on. It's amazing. I love doing what I do. I love meeting all these different people, learning about their culture, learning about what started them with this hobby that then started out, made into a career. If that's what they want, or they're still using it as a hobby. And it's all about them and their history and what goals they want to achieve with what they're doing.
Isn't it amazing to find so many different people out there that do so many different things? But what has been the one common thing besides the pen that you've noticed in each and every one of your guests?
Well, they're all artists, but they're not just an artist of one genre. You've got a rapper who's then also an illustrator. You've got a author who also sings. You've got a musician who also does poetry and publishes books. They're never, when you're an artist, you're never one thing. There's always something else you have a talent for. Maybe you don't push that talent, but it's there inside of you, and it's not just one thing. And that's what I've noticed with all of my guests.
Wow, multi-talented people going after the pen. basically. I mean, most people don't understand that this here is very important, because when we are going after these guests, or when the guests are on our show, it's so good to listen. What have you learned from your guests while you've been doing your podcast?
Wow. Gosh, now I'm going through so many guests.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's determination, never to give up on your dream. Everyone's, they have a goal they want to reach. Some of them have already reached their goal. They've found their purpose in life, which I think is absolutely amazing. It takes a long time, and you don't find it when you're young. It takes a while to find what you're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, never giving up, determination, perseverance. Just some guests I've had have never actually been on a podcast before. They've never been on a radio, and it's their first time, and they're really, really nervous. And so, I have a little chat with them before we go live, and then we have a comfortable chat. And so many reviews come back as, I feel like I was talking to a friend. I feel like I was just having a conversation with someone I've known for a long time. Yeah. And that's what I want to make my guests feel comfortable. And so they're not scared to go out and get in touch with someone else and get back out there. Because with the podcast, with the radio show, they're worldwide. Anybody could see them, depending on how you promote the show. And of course, the guest does their part of promotion as well. Hundreds, thousands of people from around the world could see this person. They've never heard of their books before. They've never heard of that author. They've never heard of that song that they've produced. They've never heard of this illustrator that has galleries and shows their work, European cities and stuff. And all of a sudden, they learn about these new people and these new cultures. And I just think it's, like you say, it's amazing the different kind of people that are out there and how they all started. Like with the musicians that have been on my show, we've had them start off with one of them, or a couple of them, with gospel when their mum took them to church. And now they're into hip hop and rapping. Yeah. Then we've got someone who watched musicals with his nan that got him into music. And now he does freestyling, rapping. We've got two brothers belonging to this musician that I spoke to. And one of them was a producer and one of them was a singer. And he got into it because his family pushed him. They saw his talent and they said, you can do this if you really want to. And so there's just amazing stories of all these different people and where they started from.
Yeah, definitely. No, definitely. I want to find out about you. What are you behind the pen?
Without my head growing any bigger, I am an award-winning author of 13 books. Wow. I have 2 more in the oven cooking and another one with a publisher, so fingers crossed on that one. I am an award-winning filmmaker with 10 awards from international film festivals. Wow. For my trailers and documentaries that I've done. I am a podcaster. I also run the podcast Narrations by KK, and that's where I narrate an excerpt from an author's book, and that goes audio and on video. So they get 2 lots of promotion for that. The same as with Behind the Pen. The artist will get 2 lots of promotion because it's going to be first on the YouTube channel and then it will be on audio podcast. I'm a narrator. I'm a book trailer designer. I run Author Assist, which helps authors with their marketing promotion. That's everything from brainstorming an idea right through to the holding the final book in their hand and then showing them how to promote and market it correctly. I have like an a la carte menu of a list of all these different services, so they can go through and say, oh, well, I need that, I need that, I need that.
Wow.
But what I do, because I don't want people calling me just a VA or a PA, which is what the writing community calls those that help other authors. What I do is I do one-on-one training. I want to give back everything that I've learned in my 27 years in this industry to authors that don't know. And so I will go one-on-one with them, whether it takes an hour or 2 hours, go through the training that they need, whether it's to do with newsletters, whether it's to do with Amazon advertising, whether it's to do with graphic design. And I will spend that time with them until they feel confident and competent to be able to do it themselves, and they never have to hire someone again. And so when the next book comes out, they know exactly what they're doing. So the reason I started Author Assist was to give back everything I've learned to other authors, because I was in the same boat as them 27 years ago. So that covers so much, so many different services, from the narrations, the book trailers, graphic design, advertising, promotion, marketing. I've got my books, as I say, lots and lots of books, more books coming out, audio books. I've got one audio book out, and I've got another one coming out, I think, this week. What else? I'm sure I've left something else out. I think that's it.
I mean, you are doing so much, and congratulations on all the success that you've had. That is amazing. And your head should be bigger.
Wow.
Just saying, because I mean, you're smart, and it takes a lot to, you got to have a lot of intelligence in there, and you're giving it to other people. So I don't think it's more like, oh,
no, I
it's
never
more
do that.
it's more like, hey,
no.
I have a lot of this in here. Can I get this out on you? Can I help you? Can I coach you? Can I give this to you? That's
the only time I will go to myself and go, and a pat on the back is when a client comes back to me and says, thank you so much for everything you've done for me. That's when I'll give myself a pat on the back.
Yeah.
But I don't gloat about what I do. I don't do a lot of promotion, which when I should, but I don't do a lot of promotion for my own stuff. It's all about the other people for me.
Yeah. I know how you feel. Wow. Where can people reach you? Where can they find you to get more information? Because literally we're in the United States, so you're on the other side of the world. So, it can be the time change can be challenging, but it's not impossible.
It's not impossible when you suffer from chronic insomnia and you sleep 2 hours a day.
Oh, no.
Yes. So when I'm supposed to be sleeping, my clients in the US are wide awake, so I can work because I'm not sleeping.
Well, you have
to
get more sleep. You got to get more sleep.
Unfortunately, I have medical conditions, and one of the symptoms is chronic insomnia. So the whole reason I took my Author Assist further and added more services and went further with the writing and the film awards and what have you was because I'm at home. I don't go out. I can't go out much. And so my life, my office, my work is right where you see me, right here.
Right.
And I had the time where I was, why me? Where you feel sorry for yourself. Why me? Yes. Every year I had something else on top of my list of health problems. Every year something else goes on. But now I see it as I'm doing exactly what I was supposed to do.
I hear you.
I am on the path that I was always supposed to be on, and that is helping other people.
Okay. Well, then, hey, if that makes you happy and
You know,
fulfilled.
I have the other side of the life, and then I have this side of my life, and I have an amazing family. I thank God for my family. Yeah, I, even with everything that's going on negatively,
Mhm.
I feel so blessed with what I have.
I got you. So where can people find you so that they can be blessed as well?
I'm all over the place, and I don't use a pen name, so you can Google me, Karina Kantas. It will come up about 74,000 pages of
Wow.
everything that I've done in the last 27 years. My books are all found on Amazon. I write everything from young adult right through to erotica. I do dystopian, I do thrillers, I do romance, I write in all fiction genres, including poetry. I even have a bit of poetry done. My podcast is on YouTube. If you go to Karina Kantas on YouTube, and you'll see around about 370 videos on there, from narrations by KK, from Behind the Pen, from marketing advice that I give to authors, from all the panels that I've been on where I've been as a marketing and promotion expert and answering all the questions that needed answering. So there's all that on there, as well as a lot of fun, even some singing videos. There's so much to see on there. It's really entertaining. So you can find me on YouTube, Karina Kantas. And of course, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, I'm on Goodreads, MeWe, I've even got a page on MeWe. Anywhere I can get my name out there and get my people, my clients out there, and to as worldwide and as far spans as I can get them, you know. Right. I want, when they come on my show, I want, when I start promoting them, I want to use the correct hashtags to make sure the right people are seeing that video. Right. The right people that my clients, that my guests need to see that video, need to know about who that person is. Yeah. And that's really important to me, is to make sure the right people see the video, hear the reading of the book, and hopefully gets them more fans, and who knows, get some an agent or a contract. This is what I'm trying to do. I just want people to know who my guests are, and to learn about what they do. Definitely. Well, we're going to have all of your information in the description box as much as possible. I mean, maybe not all of it, because that just seems like a lot, but we're going to have some links, and also we're going to link to your Amazon books, so that way people can actually go and find the books and find you and even find your services. So, man, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. You know, being that it's behind the pen, okay? Behind the pen, what kind of advice do you always try to give to your clients that may help someone listening today? It's going for their goal. It's never giving up your dream. It doesn't matter how big that dream is. If you really want it, you can go for it. I was going into advertising. I was working in a shop. I was working as a secretary in a doctor's office. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. And when you find out and you have that passion for the art, for making music, for writing, for drawing, and you have that passion, that when you feel that is your pathway, that is what you're supposed to do. And you may have made step back a few times and made mistakes, and maybe you did a job that you weren't supposed to do, but eventually, if you really want to get to that goal and you want to do that artistic, you have that artistic talent and you want it to grow, then don't give up on your dream, and you can do it. Definitely. Well, thank you so much again for being on the show. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me, Yaya Diamond.
No problem. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to Dream Chasers Radio. And don't forget to dare to be different. And we have all that information. Just go. Just go. Because, I mean, you're going to be blessed. Just go. All right, guys. Until next time. Bye.
I dare to be different.